websites. So who is that? This now. Look up it. It's only about creating websites. So look at it as you providing solution. Okay, am I out? Providing solution. Okay, look at Jumia, for instance. They saw a problem and they provided solution by building a web application. That's Jumia. When you go to jumia.com, and with that, that solve a problem. Look at your Facebook. Okay, solve the problem of connecting with people. Okay, so and it's facebook.com is on the web. So don't see, and is other ones is these are OP. Some OP are on the web, not only with the app. So you can see like that you are providing solution. So if probably you're going to be working on your project, like the previous student, you're going to do the same thing. Look for a problem around you want to solve. Okay, then use your web web's development skill to solve that problem. So that's how it is. So it's not only about creating websites, it's about solving a problem by building an application that could solve that problem. Okay, so it's beyond, it's very broad, it's beyond website, just static website, because you can do a lot with it. I'm hearing echo. Mute your mic and reduce your PC. And reduce your PC volume. Okay. All right. So let me share my screen to see what we are doing today. So we've looked at HTML. We looked at HTML and we already moved into CSS. And we said we have 3 methods of using CSS on our HTML. So we have the inline, the internal, and the external. For the inline, you have to use the style attribute in the tag. Okay. For internal, you have to use the style tag, and you have to place it inside your body tag. Okay. And for external, you have to create an external. You have to create an external CSS file. Then you have to connect it with the HTML using the link tag. Okay. Then we now said, what if we want to style tags that are the same? Maybe we have so many tags, like P tag, we have like 5 of them in your HTML. How are we going to differentiate? Okay, this is the exact one we want to style, because if you style out your P tag on your CSS, it's going to affect everything. So they brought up the CSS selectors. We have the class and the ID. Okay, so yeah, I'm not showing it. So we have this style, class, and the ID. Okay, so with the class and the ID, you can do a group styling, or you can do a unique styling. So how does it work? If you want to give a special styling to a particular tag or to a particular container, when you're using your class, when you go to your CSS, you have to use the full stop, that's the dot, then the class name. So if you give your class name header or any name, you have to put dot header. Then you open your curly braces and put your styling there. If you want to use style and ID, you want to use your hashtag, then the ID name. Okay, so that's how it works. With that, you can comfortably style your HTML. So let's look at another project we're doing today. All right, so let me share my screen. share. So share. So I spoke about apart from using CSS to style, okay, we also have CSS has to do with layouting, how elements are being placed on the web page. Okay, you go to your browser and you see how um, like this now, this is a web application, this classroom. You can see how they arrange this here, and you can see how they arrange this here. You can do this with the help of the CSS layout. All right, so we have five of them. We have the first one is the flex, or we call it the flex box. We have the grid. We have what we call the positioning. We have the table. We have float. So float is very old. People don't use float again. But if you know how to use your flex, grid, positioning, you can, trust me, you can build anything you see online. The way they structure it, when you look at it, you know that, okay, this is what I'm going to use, this is what I'm going to use. So we'll be looking at that soon. But before that, I want you guys to really understand this styling. So we're looking at this, we'll be working on this. Then you guys will do it again as classwork. We'll just be going. Yes. You've added the CSS to it. Oh, is it at the center? Let me see how you put that at the center. So share your screen. Let me stop sharing. Um, where is my? Oh, I'm out. No, it's going to be slow because we have too many people here. Probably let me open the door a little bit. It's will be far. So I'm the only one out now. Okay. So share. Let me see. Maybe the settings. Yeah, allow. Yeah. So it's still the same styling we did, but how to position that container at the center. That's what I'm going to like really concentrate on. But we'll still go into it later on. But that's the content inside the container is also what I want to also you guys will also look at. It does not open here. Okay. Wow. Okay. This is nice. So how did you center your? But it's just horizontally. Okay, it's vertically centered, but not horizontally centered. Why did you stop sharing? I'm out. What are we going to do? How many of you have internet here? Yeah, I use. Are you connected to mine? Oh, okay. But what is that have internet? Yeah, I use the internet. Understand that sheesh, something can't connect with that phone. So let us just be both of us. So you're saying, how did you? So I said it's horizontally, vertically centered, but not horizontally centered. How did you put at it? How did you? How did you get this? How about you, Fawaz? What did you do? How did you get this?
Nah, I did this one before, but I already deleted it.
Why did you delete it?
So I crashed my laptop.
Why? It's
No,
too slow.
no, not about it. So slow. I made one mistake that I don't know how to correct it. So now I
Okay.
change.
Alright, so we'll see do this classwork. It's step by step. But that's good. You're able to get that. So let's move on. Which one is this?
I wanted to open something else.
Okay. You're actually sharing your screen, okay. Alright, so let's still continue. Alright, but that's very nice. Okay, so how are we going to achieve this? I'm going to explain this before I go into that. So, am I sharing my screen? Wow. Oh, I'm not sharing. I just went there. Alright, I think I started sharing. Okay. So, so what is inside this content? You see your normal image, heading tag, background color, and so on and so. But you can see this container here. This is also a container. Huh?
Right? Is it on
Everything that is the container that is holding everything here, we call it container.
this one?
No, this one here,
This one.
everything here, this is a container. Even this one too is a container, right? I'm saying why this is at this is perfectly centered because they use one of those CSS layouts. Okay, for you to achieve something like this, you have to use a CSS layout. If you are not positioning anything, if you are not trying to arrange a structure or something, you don't need a CSS layout. But if you want to move some structure, some element, you want to move it from its original position to another place, you have to pick one of the CSS layouts. And I think we have 5 of them. So for this one now, they use a CSS layout because you can see it's perfectly at the center. Okay, so I'm just going to cover one of it. All right, but the other one that is inside here is also something we also need to look at because you can see that we have image here, we have an heading tag, your normal paragraph tag, and you can see this space here it has a background, a different background color here, and you can see the heading, other things. We've done number of this in the previous class. This one too, you see the same. You can see an horizontal line here. You can see um, another heading here, a listing tag using ordered lists, another horizontal line, your heading tag, and you can see the last part here. This is called table. So when I say table is part of CSS layout, okay? Yeah, but it's also part of HTML. We call it HTML table. So we're looking at how they got this. But most time, because these elements are being arranged in a kind of way, so people also put CSS tables under CSS layout.
Now, so the table is to get the table. I want to DTR.
Yes, it's nice people are already researching. It makes the work faster. All right, so where is Bolu now? So how are we going to get this? So for me personally, I don't like to touch my body tag. So let's go and create our folder. So for me, I've created a folder called omelette site. Okay, and that omelette site, I have added my image here. So this image, I got it online, and you can see the width of the image. We have 1874, all right, times the height 1200, because you can see what you are looking at here, the image is stretched here. if you go and get image that the width is lesser than 1000, your like what Bolu showed us, you can see his image didn't spread because probably the image he got, the width is not up to 1000, so it's just going to show half. Okay, so try as much as possible to get image that their width is over 1000 so that your image can spread. All right, so let's go. So I was able to get my image online, so I won't start stressing about that to make our work faster. So I opened it on my VS Code, and here we go. So let's cancel this. So this is it. So the first thing I'm going to do, the next thing I'm going to do is create my HTML file. So index.html. All right, so I'll just do the shortcuts. We already know um, the structure. Exclamation, yeah, exclamation, then enter. So I'll call this home home let's site. Okay, so let's arrange this way. You can see it's not arranged. I like, then I'll put this versus out. Alright, so I'm going to be using an external CSS for sure, so I'll just create this file CSS styles.css, enter. Then I have to connect it. So using the link rel style sheets, then href. So what is the name? Style.css, then I'll close it. Okay, so let's go back to explain what we have there. Wow, your screen are logging you out. Or was I using my internet?
No, the internet is
Yes.
restricted.
So I disconnect from my own so that it's not log you back. Yeah. All right. So let's do this. So you can see some people might try to leave this, okay, using the body tag here. But me to be on the safer side, okay, I like to create my own container tag. That's the div tag, and that div tag is going to serve as this main container, the mother container. Yes. Okay. I'll create a div tag that is going to serve as this. Then you can use the body tag for that. That one is fine, whichever one works for you. Okay, so inside this my div tag, I'll now create another div tag. Okay, that is going to sit inside. Okay, so it's that one that is inside that is going to take all of this. Okay, so let's go. So I'm going to do my div.
Are we going to use div to go to the image too? Or we just have to?
Yes, you can use div. So I said div is a container tag, so it can be you can also separate. You look at that. You can also separate this. We'll be separating this in their div tag because they are different tags, right? As if this one has a background color. You can't achieve this without putting this kind of content in a div tag because you won't achieve it with the class putting a background color there. So just watch as I do, as I code. So I've created my div tag for this main div tag. Okay, and let's create another div tag for this. So div. All right. So this modern one, I'm going to give the class name, and I'll call it. Let's just call it container. Well, the one that is holding everything, I'm going to give the class name and call it like the main container. I'm disconnected. Let me just use my internet. Let me use my internet. Hmm? This is not the one we used to use. Just for the meantime. No, 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 can't. I think you can also connect to my phone and power. Alright, so let me share my screen. Alright, so we have main container. Can you see my screen now? You have to click on the link again. Can you see my screen? This is not scrolling. Right, click on. So I've created my mother container called container, and the main one.
Which one is the main container? The main container is white.
Yes, the main container is holding everything is the main container here because it's the main. Well, the other one here.
Pink.
Which one is pink? This is cream color now.
No, it's too on your side. It's pink.
Ah, why is it looking pink there? Okay.
The main container is this one. Yes. Yes.
The main container is the white one. I'm calling it main because it's one that is holding everything. Main. I'm using main now.
Which one? Which one is that one?
The one that is bigger is just called container. Right. It's just called container. Since so I've moved the faster side since. Alright, so let's go on. For the first thing I'm going to do, for me to not get lost while I'm trying to put everything inside. I think I only put scotch now. So I have to center it. So the next thing I'm going to do is to center that my main container inside the container. Okay, so let's call this one. Um, let's just leave this container. So how am I going to do that? I said we're going to use the CSS, one of the CSS layouts to achieve this, to put this. So you can check online how to center a div, okay? Because it's a div, right?
I read the center tag.
Ah, with the HTML. Okay. Okay. How to center a div. So I'm typing this. I could have just gone straight to it, but should in case you want to you come across something like that, just go and check online because what you're looking for has already been solved. So let's look at this one here. How can I center a div? We've done how to center a text using text align center. Okay, so this one I am center a div, a container. So let's look at how to center a div here. It's still loading. So I've scrolled. This thing still. So you can look at the first one here. Okay, you can see that is not centered. It's only centered vertically. It's centered vertically. Okay, vertically. This vertically, right? This vertically. This horizontally. Okay, you can see that horizontally is not centered, but vertically is centered. This is what we're looking for, right? So, and you can see what they use here. Let's see another one. Let's see the next one. You can see this one is what we are looking for. Both vertically and horizontally is centered. Okay, if you look at this too, you can also use padding for this though. You know that. Okay, for the big one here, you can just give it padding, then it's eh? Okay, it's fine. I said we went to this site here, so we saw the first one. Where's the first one? We didn't even see the horizontal. This is the horizontal one first. You can see this one is centered horizontally. This horizontally. This side and this side are the same, but up and down are not the same. This is what we're looking for. See what they use there. They use margin auto. So you can also use margin auto to center a div, but it will not be centered vertically, it's just horizontally. So note that because you're still going to use margin auto to moving forward. So margin auto is also used to center a div, but it's also used to center the div horizontally. Okay, this is what we're looking for. Let's see how to center a div. Let's center a div vertically. So this is vertical. This is vertical. You can see up and down are the same thing, but left and right are not the same thing. This is what we're looking for, right? Horizontal is margin. Yeah, margin auto. Yes. So this is what we are looking for. You can see both horizontally and vertically are being centered. And what did they use here? They use what we call the positioning, one of the CSS layouts. Okay, so position. So how do you use positioning? Positioning. We are going to look at positioning later after flex and grid. Okay, but this is just how to just I want to just look at how to just put the box at the center. Okay, so position absolute top 50%, left 50%, then they use this transform translate minus 50%, comma minus 50. You don't even need to even ask why. Yes, so you can see the border. We don't need the border now. Black, 5 pixels solid black. Okay, and there's padding there, 10 pixels. We don't need that one, but this position to transform translate is what we need. Okay, so for now just cram this on your head. Transform translate. Yes, so there's a reason why it's like that. We're looking at that. So there's also a section see together that I said position to transform and translate, so you can just copy everything like this. All right, so this is how you can perfectly center a div both horizontally and vertically. All right, so and I also said that you can use padding here, but padding is not also the best way you can use here. Just stick to your positioning. All right, so let's go. So this is what we have here, the main container. So it's the main container that is at the center, and that's where we're going to be attaching the positioning to. Okay, it's not this container here that is the mother container. It's the main container that is holding everything that we want to attach the positioning to. So let's put our style at the other side. style. Let's put that one here. Cancel. So you can, like I said, the body comes with its own margin and padding. So what I do is remove that before I start. So body, I remove the extra margin and padding, that extra space that used to come with. I'll remove it here. So I'll do margin 0 and I'll do padding 0. All right, so I'm good to go. So the next thing is this container that is here. Okay, let's give it a background color. Let's see what you're working at. Okay, let's give it a background color, that cream color first. So it is a class name, right? So I'm going to give it a class a dot because the class name, then container. I want to style it now. All right, so I'll do what we call background color. So background color, let's use this by squeak. Okay, so let's run it on our browser. So right click on my HTML environment and I'll open with live server. So you can see that my background color is not showing at all. Okay.
It's still not working. I already changed the battery. I didn't know that. Battery, what am I? Come on, please.
So can somebody explain to me why our background color is not showing? Yes, very good. Because we don't have any content, so it will not show definitely. So what we need to do is to give this a height, give the background color give the container a height so that it will show that okay, this is this particular thing we're working at. So I'm going to give it height. So height, then I'll say 100 VH. So this 100 VH means this my screen here before you scroll. So look at your laptop, this your laptop like that, your laptop screen, that's 100 VH. If you scroll, it's more than 100 VH. All right, so height 100 VH. So let's see it, so you can see it like this. Can you see our background color is now showing? So this is 100 VH, exactly my screen before I scroll. Let's see 50 view, we call it view height. Let's say 50 view height. Can you see it's just half of the screen? Okay, so that's why I said 100 VH, because everything I'm doing is it covers my screen.
So the 100 page, if you scroll, it should continue.
No, it's just that screen that you can see is 100 VH. Like your phone now is 100 VH like this. If you scroll, it's more than 100 VH. So if you're trying to build a site that the background color should just fill that thing before they scroll, that's 100 VH. Do you get?
What are the continuous volume?
Huh?
The continuous volume.
This is continuous background.
It like keeps showing that print
No,
background keeps showing.
And you can add more number to the height. If you want the background to still be scrolling, like maybe 120. Like now, okay, let's add 150. Let's say it is 150 VH. All right. Let's go back. So you can see I'm scrolling. It's still there. All right. So 100 VH, just your screen before you scroll. So let's go back to 100 VH. All right. So we are done with this for now. We'll still come and change later. So let's move to the main container itself. So dot main container. So open my curly braces. Okay. So you can see our container here is almost looking like a box. All right. Looking like a box. You have to give it what? Width and height. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is to give it a width. So width, let's say 500 pixels. No, pixels is measurable. If I use rem now, it might be extra big. So I can use width and height. Let's put the height in the next line. So height, I'll do 500 pixels, right? So let's go and check it. It won't show because there's not a background color there. Okay, there's no color there, so I'm going to give it a color of white, a background color of white. So let's say background color, um, background color white. Oh. All right, so let's see that. Why is it showing me this one? I didn't close it. So it's showing me a red here, background color. Why is there a red here? Semicolon expected, and it's gone now. It's taking time. All right, so you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? It's taking time, guys. So we have width of 100 or 500 and height of 500, but it's not at the center. So that way we will not add our positioning to put it at the center. All right, so let's go and add it on our main container. So position. So we have 5 types of positioning, but this one is to remove it from the exact position to anywhere on that page. We'll explain that when we get to the positioning, but just know this. So position absolute. All right, then we have top 50%. All right, left 50%. Then we have transform. You can't remember, you can just go and check it. Translate. Then minus, so it has given us. Alright, so let's see that. Hmm? Can you see that the center already? Perfect. So we can now start adding our something at the HTML, the container, everything that we have. Okay? So let's go. What do we have inside first? We have the image, but you can see this our something as the edges are not sharp, so we can add, and you can see there's a space. There's a space in the. Can you? I've left that side since. So where you get that thing? I think I'm the one that is out. I'm the one that is out.
No.
This is serious. Network changed. So, on my computer. I'm connected to the other one. Alright, so I'm waiting for you. No, I still have data. Oh. Connect. Can't connect. All right. It's just connected now. Probably on Wednesday it should be fixed before then. So let's share. All right. So can you all see my screen? You're not connected though. So let's just wait. Disconnect this Starlink. Disconnect. Okay. Okay, I connected. All right. Waiting for you. Open the door. Go. Yeah, it's okay. All right. Any questions so far? Any question? If I are getting it, I'll be flowing. Yes, join. All right, so I said if you look at this, my main container, you can see the edges are curved. They are not sharp. So still that same place, I'm going to put my what is for curved edges? Border radius, yeah. So border radius, let's give it like just 10 pixels. All right. Let's keep it. So you can see it's already coming out well. So the next thing is to add, you can see that there's a space inside. What is space inside? This space. Space inside is called what? Padding. Padding. So padding, you can give it padding. Don't mistake that. Padding. So I'll just say, let's say 18 pixels for all sides. All right. So it's not shown now. So let's add our image. So this one is not a background image. You can see it's not a background image. We are adding the image from our HTML. Okay. So using the image tag. So I like to arrange my code. So I'm going to separate this all this section with a div tag. So this particular image tag will be in a div tag. this simple omelet and this paragraph will be in its own div tag. This one will be in its own div tag, like that, div tag. It makes my work organized. All right. So the first one now is the image tag. So I press my tab, I'll do my div. All right, then I'll use my image tag img. So src. Our image is already there, right? So basic omelet dot jpeg, jpg, yep. So our image, okay, you can see our image is now bigger than the box. So I'm going to reduce the image to the exact size of the main container. All right. So let's style our image. So I'm going to give this my image container, this div. I'll give it a class name and I'll call this what? Image container. All right. So I'll come here. I'll do dot image container. That's for the name of my container, but it's the image I want to restyle, so I'll call my image img. Okay, where I'm calling the parent is because I'm just showing that okay, it's coming from this parent tag, div tag. Okay, but it's the image I want to style itself, so I'm going to reduce the width. So width, I'm going to say, let's say 500 pixels, exactly the same width of the container, the main container. All right, so let's see that. So we have this, can you see? It's now perfectly seated inside. But you see the edges are sharp. So I'm going to give it a border radius. Alright. So let's go back there and I'll do a border radius 20. No, it's too much.
Pretty body just is zero.
Mm.
Now.
No, no, zero, nothing will. So you can see, looking nice. Alright. So the next thing is to our simple omelette recipe, but you can see the styling of this on my simple omelette recipe. It's not like our default font style that we have on our web page. You can see how the simple is written. The text itself here is has its own special style, so we call that font styling. Okay, font family. Yes, so we can get a um this VS Code also comes with its own font family. All right. All right, let's see. You can see, let's put on our body. If you put anything on the body tag, it affects everything inside that your code or the page itself. So font family, you can see we have so many here. All right, is there?
This Arial.
Huh?
ARIEL.
Okay. All right.
It's sensible.
We have cursive, we have this, but we can get our Google if you want to make it more professional. All right, we have what we call the Google font. Okay, so I'm going to attach the Google font to my code. So I'll go to Google, just type Google font. So I'm exposing you guys to something like this at this early. So Google font, and I'm going to choose what we call Montserrat. So if you visit some sites, they use so many. Some people use Poppins, some people use Roboto, some people use Montserrat. So different one you want, but I'm going to show you how you're going to attach it to your site or to your code. So you can see how Roboto looks like. Okay, we have Open San, Noto San, this is Japan, right? So I'm going to search for, you can also search for, okay, you can search for fonts here. I will just come here and I'll search for Montserrat. So I think that one is very fine, Montserrat. Let's spell it well. Dismiss. Mont. Yeah, so I'll choose this Montserrat, click on it. So we have two ways of adding Google font to your code. Okay, so when I'll search for Montserrat, it take me here and I'll click on get font. All right, so get font, I'm going to remove, some people also use laptop, whichever one it is. I'm going to remove this one from here. So we only have Montserrat here, so I'm going to click on get embedded code. Okay, so you can see we have link or import. So if you want to use the link, which that's what we're going to be using here. You have to just copy everything here. So for you to just easily copy, you just click on copy code, then you go and paste this in your head tag. Yes, inside your head tag, your HTML head tag. So I can put a comment here first for this external side. I can put external. You can see why your CSS comment is used. Your comment is used for your external CSS link. Then I can comment this here. Then I can paste what I copied. So let me just put a text there. I can say Google font Montserrat. Okay, so now paste it like this. You can see it's pasted. Try to arrange your code. I'll click on tab and Ctrl Z. Okay, so that's not all. The main thing you need to also copy is this one. You can see this font family Montserrat. This is the only thing you just copy here. So just copy this, Ctrl C, then go and paste it in your body tag. And I say anything in your body tag affects the whole code, this the styling of your code. So I'm going to paste it here. All right, so we are good to go. So we'll see the effect soon. I'm going to comment it out later on. So that's all for that's how you attach your Google fonts to your code. Okay, we also have this import, but import is you can add this to your CSS only, and you can also add this too. But stick to this, and it's very easy to use. All right, so the next thing is to add our title and our paragraph. Okay, so I'm going to create a div tag for that. So under this, we are done with this first image tag. I'm going to do this other one, div. Then we have, let's stick to h2, and it's saying simple what? Simple let's recipe. Okay, then inside I'm going to put my p tag. So it's so long there. I'll just get dummy a dummy text because I can't type all this thing. So I'll use a dummy text here. I'll use the lorem. Lorem is like a Spanish jargon like that. Have you visited some site and you see this lorem Espanol? It's because they don't have content here, so they just attach it there just to keep the place busy. So this is just what I'm going to add there. I'm going to cut. No, use the real content. What are you typing? So let's just stop here. Full stop. So let's see that. All right, you can see the styling. You can see it's looking neat. All right. So
Why is simply omelette below in the center?
you see at the center.
No, not the center.
Like how? Center of what?
I
Now.
thought it was at the center.
It's not the center now. I think this our is too big. Let's reduce it.
The container.
Yes, so let's stick to, let's say 400. So you reduce it here, reduce the height. You're still going to remove the height because as you are putting content, it will be dropping by itself. So 400. I think so it's fine. So let's increase this. So let's start this. So I'm going to call the container that is holding this. Let's give it a class name. I'll call it title container. Alright, title container. Let's copy this. So let's come and style it here. The title container the h2 that is there. Let me increase it a bit. So I'm going to use font size. Alright, so let's say 30 pixels. Let's see that. It's too big. So let's stick to 25. 26. I think this is nice. This one is too big, this paragraph text. I'm going to duplicate this, then change the h2 here to p tag. So what you just need to do, just be adding everything there. So let's reduce the text to.
Do you want to give the title the H2 paragraph?
H2 paragraph. No, now.
I don't understand why you
The p tag, I'm just reducing the increasing and reducing the font size. You can see it's reduced a bit. But the space between here and there is too much. So I'm going to inspect here. So it's margin, not padding. Yes. So I'll click here and you can see it's the orange one. So it's the paragraph that is having that. I'm going to remove the margin top only. Okay, or I'll just put my margin and I'll reduce that. So I'll do margin. So the top comes first. I'm going to put 0 pixels, 0 pixels. I'll leave the other one. Let's stick to 10 pixels, then 0 pixels. Okay, so it's gone. But this other one too, you can see this other one is too much. 21. Let's reduce it. So I'll do the same thing. That you'll be using that your inspection to check it. So that one is at the bottom, all right. So for the top, you can still stick to 20 pixels. Left 0 pixels. Bottom, let's say 5 or 8 pixels, and left 0 pixels. All right, I think it's nice. Okay, you can see this my text a little bit jam packed. You can reduce the text a little bit. It's too still, let's say 10 pixels. All right. Okay, I think it's better, but it's too jam packed. It's too close to each other, like the lines. Okay. To increase that, we have what we call the line height. See under your p tag, I'll put my line height. Okay. Line height. You can see we are not getting used to more styling and coming on line height. So since it's 10 pixels, I'm going to stick to 20 pixels. Okay. So 20 pixels for the line height, the spacing between the lines. So you can see it's increased a bit, but it's too much. Okay, so you can reduce it to like 15. Let's see 15. So that you'll be trying it. I think this one is better. So we are done with this. Let's move to the next one. The next one is this. You can see this is a container. So I'm going to call it, I'll put a div tag and it has a heading. Then on this another list, the preparation time is an heading now. I'm say heading. So we are done with this one. This I will be moving step by step. So div. So let's close this. Then we have, so I'm going to stick to H. It's more smaller. It's smaller than the rest. I'll use H5. So preparation time. Okay, small letter. We have another list. Let's increase this a bit. Preparation time. So I'm using the UL, then our LI. So the first one we have there is what? Total approximately 10 minutes. So we can use our bold tag for that. Total approximately approximately 10 minutes. Alright, so this our total is bold. You can decide to use our B tag, or you can use your font weight. Okay, this one is more faster. Let's just stick to this. Then I'm going to duplicate this to save us time. Let's go there. So I'll just change it, preparation and cooking. So preparation, then cooking. So let's check that. So you can see we have this. And I think it's coming out from yeah. So because of the height, I'm going to remove the height now. We don't need the height again. So height. So or you can try to comment it out if you want. So can you see it's back there? All right. So you can see that container has what, a background color. You can see the background color here. So let's go and style it and reduce the text. So I'm going to give this a class name. The name of that container, I'll call it preparation. I think we have another preparation there. That's the preparation we have. Preparation container. Alright, so I'm going to copy that. Control C. Then come with this. So if the container is colored, I'll do background color. Um, let's say pink. So you can see it's pink, but let's um, make it lighter more. I'm going to add more white to this. Let's go back there. So we have this. So if you look at this, you can see that it has space inside. So inside that preparation time container, there's padding there. All right, padding is space inside now, right? Bolu, are you here? So still under this padding, let's say 20 pixels for all sides. Right, I think 20 pixels is too much. Let's say 15. All right. So preparation time is color what? Color brown or deep pink. So that's H5. I'm going to copy that. Then H5. So I'll use color. Color of the text is color. And I'll do pink. Let's make it deeper. So come here, I'm going to add more black.
The H5, it's only the H5 you are going to style.
Only that H5 because I already called the container. See, I wrote dot preparation container H5. So it's only this H5 inside here that's going to be affected. That's why I'm calling the parent so I can see it. So let's stick to this. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's add
The
more.
size of the preparation time is going to be small.
Huh?
The size is going to be small of the
Yeah, we
H5.
increase it.
Okay.
Where is that one? So this is it. So you said it's too small. So let's increase the size. I'm going to use C under H5 font size. So you want to increase the size of the text, use font size. So let's say what should we use? Let's say 15 pixels. All right, this is fine. But this one are too big, so I'm going to reduce them. So this one are allies, right? Those approx time and preparation time and all. You can see they are too big here compared to what we have here. So I'm going to reduce it here, and these are airlines, right? They are the airlines that is holding it. My sleeping. All right. If you inspect, let's inspect. I'll click here. You can see it's airline that is holding them. Airlines, airlines, li. Do we understand? So I'm going to go and style the li. So we are done with this. I'll do this, then li. We have just written li there, but we also have li in the other place. I'm going to increase the font size. Let's say 12 pixels. Right. And you can see there are jam pads. Okay, you can also use line height, or you can give them margin in between. Okay, in between the lines, because they are separate divs. They are separate divs, right? So you can give them margin. But if it's just one paragraph, you use line height.
Margin is separate div. Is it the airline?
And now they are li, there are divs on them. They are separate tags. I mean, sorry. But this one, why we use line height, because it's just one paragraph, but in between the content, you just want space in between them. But this one, they are separate tags, so I can just use margin. So margin just for top and bottom, let's say 2 pixels for top and bottom, 0 pixels for left and right. All right, so this is what we have. Is it okay? So we need more, so let's increase it a bit. So let's say 7. Okay, I think this one is fine. And let's reduce, and this one will come with its own margin. So let's reduce the margin bottom for H5. So let's just do margin bottom only. All right. So margin bottom, let's just say 10 pixels. Let's reduce it because it's too spacious. You can see the space here. Margin bottom 10 pixels. Okay, let's say 0. All right, I think it's fine. And you can see the preparation container, the edges too are curved. It's not sharp. And you can see there's like a as if it's placed on a card. It's not like there. Do you see that there's a shadow? Do you see a shadow there?
Yes.
You know, see shadow. Shadow here at the bottom here. Shadow. A faint, like not too bold shadow. Okay, we call that box shadow. Like if you see a card, like if you go to a site, like you see as if you place a card on another surface, like it's resting on it, you see like a shadow on it. Yeah, I love that. So we have that to that, but let's add the border radius on the preparation container. The so border radius. We let's use 10, 10 pixels. Let's make it more lighter.
Part of the box here you are talking about.
And we'll add it. Okay, so let's add box shadow. So there's right now, before there was nothing like you getting the box shadow online. So I can just do box shadow generator, but I'll still explain the how you can get it. So box shadow generator. So let's pick the first one. So it covers the sides, horizontal, vertical, and also the blurriness, the radius, and everything. Just like this, you can see how it looks like. This one is very, very dark. Okay, it's very, very dark. So I want it to be a little bit lighter. So I'm going to reduce the horizontal shadow length. Oh, let's be careful about it. Let's make it this 3 or 4. This one to make it, let's make it 3. 2. Alright. Then the blur radius. How you want it to spread. You're not seeing your screen. Your network. It can't see it. Bolu, it can't see it. Are you not making this one not to make you sleep, Abby? But you are sleeping still.
Oh, that's when you sleep.
Eh. Sorry. Probably need to go back there. You probably need to go back there. Or is it for you, Bolu? You can't see your network.
Yes.
Maybe you share with Fawaz. Sorry. So this blur radius is for the spreadness of this shadow. Then the shadow color itself. So I don't want it to be black. I want it to be white.
I use red. That's all.
There's no red that is there now. I think this one is better. Okay. You can see it's just little light. It's not black, it's white. Alright. So I'm just going to copy this box shadow. So it explains itself. The 6 is for the horizontal shadow length. The 2 is for the vertical shadow length. The 12 is the radius blur, how you want it to spread, 12 pixels. The 0 is for this. I can even put spread. Whichever one you can swap between each of this and the color itself. So this RGBA is CSS color, the red, green, and blue. And this A is the opacity. Okay, 0.75. It's close to 1. When it's closer to 1, it's show. But when it's less, is moving far away from 1, it's not going to show. That's opacity. So that's what the A is doing here. We call it alpha or something. So I'm just going to copy this. The 2 is not. Let's put more. So let's just copy the first one. So we're going to add it to the container here. Alright, so let's check it. So you can see, but this one is too much. So we can reduce it here from our side. You know that this one is for horizontal and vertical. Alright. Can reduce the spread to, let's say, 6. Alright, I think this is fine. You can adjust it on your own hand. It's looking as if it's placed on it, right? So that's what the box shadow does. So the next one is the ingredients. So we are about still far away. So and you can see my divs. You can see how it's arranged. All right. So open my div. This thing didn't close. All right. Ingredients. So let's use a little bit bigger. So let's use H3 here. H3. Why is it not closing? It's taking time. It's supposed to close by itself. Okay. So ingredients. Alright. And what do they use there? They still use on ordered list. So let's do the UL. Then the allies. So let's just copy one of it. 2 to 3 large eggs. 2 to 3 large eggs. Then we can duplicate this. Salt to taste, pepper to taste. Salt to taste. Then pepper to taste. 1 tablespoon of butter. 1 tablespoon of butter. Then optional filling. Alright, so let's see that. Yeah. So I can come here. You know we said this one is 100 BH.
Yes, ma'am.
So now we are scrolling now and we can't see the background color. So let's go and remove the 100 BH that is there. So let's just comment it out. Let's go back there. Um,
Now,
supposed to
what if we
show.
don't add ice to the background at all?
Huh?
What if we don't add ice to it at all?
Yes. I'm supposed to add height to it still. I've commented the height. So I'm going to put this background color now on my body instead. No, it's body that hold everything. Let's put it here. Since we didn't put, but this our phone. I'm wondering why it's not showing. It's supposed to show still. So it's on our body. I'm going to reduce this. Let's zoom in. All right. So we are good to go. So as I said, most time people use the body without creating the the container inside. They just put the main container inside. Depends on whichever one works for you. So we have these ingredients. The color is this, and let's reduce the text size. So I'm going to give this class name. I'll call it ingredients. What is that? Are you logged out? Ingredients container. So copy this, then come here. That's this. So we have H5, H3 there. So H3. Open my curly braces. Color. Let's pick this. Oh, this same color. Almost. I just stick to the same color because of time. So copy, then I'll paste it here. And let's increase. Okay, I think the something is fine. This one is pink. Let's give it pop. Yep. So for the H3, let's put a font size. I'm here my echo. I'm here myself, sorry. Font size. And let's do 20 pixels for that. Alright. Then the allies that are here, let's reduce it. So this, oh, I already copied something. So I'll just copy ingredients here. Then paste it here. Then li, let's reduce the text. So font size, let's just copy it from here. Then I'll paste it. Alright, let's stick to 10 throughout. Okay, so this H5 that is here, let's remove the margin bottom there. That'll be H3. So margin bottom 0 pixels because the space there is kind of much. Yeah. People are distracted. Fawad, are you getting it? Do you have a question? Do you have a question? How about you, Bolu? Huh? Because after this, you'll be moving to higher thing. Ma, do you have a question? Huh? Yes, I'll give you this one and another assignment too.
This one. Another one to this one.
Yes, now. You do this exactly the same way I did it. You know your imaging spread. Oh, I hold on with that.
I think you see that it's our favorite school. I think you work on this one again.
No, this one's another one now. This one is omelette site. But see the same structure. You already did it now. You don't need to do that one. I'm talking about this one. What I'm doing now. Have you done this? Uh-huh. Maybe I'll wait till Wednesday, then I'll add to it. But you guys will repeat this. But any question? You don't have any question? What exactly is the issue? You understood that we put you at the center?
Yes, and that's how I put it in that.
Okay. So what is the issue? What exactly is the issue? Is it the tags, the airlines? Wait, I'm going back there. I want to finish with what exactly is the issue, so we can just go back to it. Because it's very important to understand this before I can't be rushing why people are almost lost. What exactly is the issue? Okay, you know that you watch the video back, Abby. You can watch it again. That one is fine. What's your question? I understand. This is the first time. That would happen in my previous class too. So as you're watching the recording, you'll get it. What's your question?
I want to ask that.
Yeah, place it there.
Can you scroll down?
Scroll down.
They like to the beginning of the.
Okay, scroll up. Is it the HTML or the CSS? Is it the top?
That font family.
Mm,
That's like now, normal like when I was doing that format that grammar detail,
mm.
it sounds safe. This
Sans
sounds
serif.
exactly sounds very,
Mm.
but it don't show.
Did you copy from Google Fonts or is it from this place?
No, it's on
Sans serif. How I say some default to them. Would you try the other one? Did you try other one below?
Aria.
That's why I don't use them most time. I just go to Google Fonts and attach it to them. You can just try it with this one if probably it can work. Let's see. Okay, let me comment this Montserrat. You can see how it looks like. Alright, so let me add the one that came with this VS Code. So I can do font, family, let's say cursive. Yeah, cursive. Sometimes cursive don't work, but let's see cursive. So you see it's working now. Simple. See how cursive looks like. So it depends on how you're using it though. So let's go back onto Z, 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 Z. Alright. So the next one, you can see we are moving step by step. Don't need to rush yourself as you are doing it, doing your HTML, you do your CSS. Some people feel like they should do everything once and whichever one works for you. Alright, so you can see there's an horizontal line there. Did you see the horizontal line? See horizontal line here. So let's add the horizontal line. What is for horizontal line? What is for horizontal line? Ewo. Horizontal line. Okay, we didn't do a horizontal line. You can now put on me that we didn't do a horizontal line. Well, you didn't do a horizontal line. What was the line? You did the horizontal line. Okay, horizontal line is HR. HR, so let's put it here. I'm not sure I did horizontal, I remember. I only did BR, right?
Yeah.
Is it showing? I don't think it's showing, so let's remove it from the div. Remove this HR, Ctrl X, and let's place it here. I'm not sure it's still showing. Let me inspect. So to add horizontal line, use the HR. So I'm going to come here. Guys, it's not showing my code. It's not showing my code. Okay, I'm not that good. Control C. Okay, it's showing now.
What is it?
Eh?
I didn't even see it.
I'm coming. I think it was taking time to show. It's showing now.
Where is it? Where is it? Okay, is it that one at the bottom?
Yes. HR horizontal line.
You just press it at the top.
So you can decide to do HR, or you can decide to do border line. Border. You know border too is a line. So you can put the border on that container. You can do border bottom 1 pixel solid black. Let's try that one too. Ma, are you here?
Okay, is it instead of HR?
No, I want to comment this HR now. I think we have two ways. For this HR now, you can put horizontal line, or you can say this is my container that is here. Okay, I'm going to put a border bottom. Border, you know what border bottom means now? When you do 2 pixel solid red, 2 pixel solid red, those are lines now. Hmm? When you do border, 2 pixels or 10 pixels, that we've added border around that my picture that it was round. That's a line. So you can also do the same thing here.
But you want it from bottom.
Yes, border bottom. Just specify border bottom. Okay. So let's see if it's going to come out. So I'm just showing you the professional way you can do that. Let's just stick to HR for now.
Yes.
So HR. All right. So let's move to the next one. Instruction. So we're almost done. Let's move.
Why do you highlight everything from here?
I like how.
Like just highlight my Google and paste. Highlight my Google and paste. This kind of
What is I like on Google? Can I copy? Okay, I'll copy this.
yes, and then I paste it instead of. If you don't press it like that, how will you not get the code? No, I just I know what I did and I just put up my own stuff.
I like on Google. So let's move to the next one. I will not type the other one. I'll just do the Lorem. So div and instructions. So I'll still stick to H3. H3 instructions. So this one is ordered list. OL. I wonder why it's not closing that. OL. Then I. So what do we have? We just pick 5 of them. Beat the egg. I'll do my lorem. Hit the pan. So it's both, right? Right? Are we here?
Yeah.
Beat the egg. Then outside it is my lorem. So I need to arrange this properly. I can bring this down here. Put this like this. Alright, then I'll do the lorem. So I can remove, um, let's just do like 2 lines. I can take this off. Okay, so here's the airline that's removed. So bring it down and I close it. So let's duplicate this 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. So beat the egg, heat the pan, cooking the omelette, I think. Cook the omelette, add fillings. Cook the omelette, add fillings, optional. And the last one is what? Fold and serve. Fold and serve. Oops. So let's see that. Yeah. So we'll reduce the text size. Just do the same styling we did. So I'm going to give this div a class name. Class, call it instruction container. Okay, so I'll just do the same thing. I'll just change this. I'll copy all of this, Ctrl C, paste. Then I'll change the parent name, Ctrl C, change it here. Alright, so let's see that. Alright, let's move to the next one. I think this one is too much. The spacing is also start from this one on the from the title. As is too inside. So I'm going to inspect that. You notice that it's the UL that is having that, or the LI. So let's inspect. You can see the UL came with a padding of 40 pixels. Okay, so I'm going to take that off. The UL. Okay, and this one too is also be on the same line with the heading, but ours is moved inside. So I'll just select all the UL on my code. UL, so it affects all the whole UL here. So I can do padding 0 pixels. So both left and everything, there's no padding. Let's see that. Now it's too close. So let's add a little bit padding. Let's say padding 0, is 4. Right, bottom, then left. Okay, let's say 20 pixels. Yes, just padding left that we need. Let's see that. Okay, This one is not affected. This one is OL. Okay. So do OL too. So if you want me to style OL again, I can just do comma OL. So that's like group. Um, Alright, so you can see more faster that way than for me to be repeating it. Alright, it's coming out well. Let's increase this. Let's see 450. It's too slim. Have it? 450 and the image to 450. Alright. So what's the next one? The table. That's the last one. Are you here? Sorry. So we have under HR here. So let's put our HR. So that's, you want to be sure of the div, you can just close it here and see it yourself. So mine is here. I can put my HR. So after that, we have the last HR, I mean the div, last div. Then we have the H3, which is called nutrition. Alright. Then we have a paragraph saying the table below shows. Read this for me. The table below shows nutritional value. 7. Okay. Thank you. Leave that one there. Okay, let's do that without additional filling. Let's break it. What do you say? Are you tag? It has TRP. Yes, that's it. So the table tag, yes. So it's good guys are making your research already. That's nice. Without additional filling. You guys are not waiting for me to do everything. Very good. Alright, so we have the table tag, and how does the table tag work? Without, you can't use the table tag without using the table tag, how do we call it? So we have what we call the table tag. So inside that table tag, we have what we call the table row. So that is TR. So it goes in rows. For the table row, we also have what we call the table heading and the table data. The table heading is called the TH. Okay, and the table data is called, like the content is called the TD. So how does it work? Let's go and confirm. So I can go to the British School. That's the perfect place to check it. Table. Alright, so let's look at this. Try it yourself. Alright, so we have the table. Okay, then we have the table row. So for each row, so after the table we have the row. So all you are, they are inputting the information is going in the row pattern. Okay, so after the table we have the table row, then in the table row we have the table heading. So that's the first one. You can see for the first row, T row, we have the table heading, company, contact and country. You can see company, contact and country. Okay, table heading, where we have the table TD, table data. Okay, so you can see the other one, TD, these are the table data, but the TH is for the table heading. Alright, so we just need how many there? Just we don't even need the table heading, but we can just put it there. just use the table data only. You don't need heading. So we just need like 4. Alright, so let's just copy that. So I'll just copy and take from here. Okay, so copy. And you can see the columns there are 3, but while our own is just 2. Okay, so we're going to remove one of from the table row, remove either the table head or something. So after my P, we have this one. You can see it's not arranged. So let me put my PH. So I'm going to close all this, then highlight it, then use my tab to arrange it. So let's close this here, highlight it, then use my tab. Let's see this first on our browser. Alright, so see what we have. So we're going to remove the table heading. Okay, we don't need heading here. Then we remove the last column. Alright, so the first row, we're going to take out this. Alright, so let's check that. So it's gone. So we don't need the last column. So we're removing the last TD at the end. So take away Germany. You can be editing this as you are removing it. So calories 277. Okay, so the first one is what? Calories. And the next column is 277. The other one is what? Carbs 0G. So take this out. Right. Yeah. Protein 20G. So take this. I said I'm deleting, I'm filling up the space. So sorry, protein 20G. Facts. Alright, so this is what we have. But if you look at this, you can see it's stretched and there's line in between them. Let's do the one that is stretched first. So I'm going to inspect it and see why it's not occupying the full screen. So inspect. So first you have to reduce this font size though. So I'll click here and I'm trying to go to the table. So I'm going to come here to come here. Table, you can see my table. It's not occupying the full width. How do you make it full width? How do you make this table full width? Huh? Yeah. Yeah, I know you use CSS. Okay. How do you make this? You can see this table is not full width. Powers, how do you make this table full width? How do you make table full width? It's by giving the table width of 100%. So when you give it 100%, it stretches to the end of the other side of the page of the other section. So you know it's the table that is holding everything. You can see this table. So I'm going to go and style my table.
I don't feel that that is responsive.
Huh?
It's responsive by the code anyways. This that's very bad.
And because at the center now, it's at the center. If you check your phone too, it will be at the center. But it's not responsive like that. It's not done anything responsiveness step by step. So I'm going to give this table a class name of what? What's the nutrition container. Alright. So let's reduce the width first. I'm going to copy this address. So we didn't put our dots there. Dots. Then H3. We want it to be this size margin button. Copy from here. See the same styling. Then the paragraph 2. That's nutrition container. Then the P tag, I'm going to reduce the font size like the other ones. So
For the nutrition container, it's everything.
yes. So let's reduce this copy its font size 10 and let's give it okay, you can leave like that. The line item. So let's look at the table. Let's see what we've done first. You can see. So let's make the table full width. So dot nutrition container, then table tag, table, open your curly braces with 100%. Alright. So it's 100%, but alright, you can see it's 100%. You can see it's stretched to the other side. Let's reduce the font weight, the font size of this text. They are too big. And you can see it's the TDs. Can you see? So I'm going to call the TD and give it a font size. I give it width of 100%, the table, so it's stretched to the end. Yeah. So nutrition container. Font size 10. Alright. So, but there's a line, right? There's a line. So it's, there are rows that is holding it. So I'm going to give the table row, or let's use the table data. Still the table data can do border. This one I'm not using HRL. Border 1 pixel solid black. You can put HR in between this. Just use this border. Let's see it works. Can you see the border? But we want it to be at the bottom only. So I can just do border bottom. Alright. Okay. The color is too thick. Can use Make it lighter, add more white. Yeah. Alright. But if you notice, this other side is what? Brown.
Yes.
Just another color from black. And if you give the TD color, this one too is going to take it.
And I think the other side, they made it bold.
Yeah, so it has its own special signing, and they are both TD. What are you going to do here? So is to add ID. You can add ID to them, or you can use what we call the span tag, but ID is more better. So you can give everything ID. Maybe this TD now, I'll give it an ID, then call it brown. So this ID, I'm going to attach it to everything. The one I want it to be brown, this, I'll put the brown here too, brown here too, and brown here too. You can use class too. Doesn't mean ID is like a unit. Let's use class too. Let's call it class.
We are not going to style it.
We are starting it now. That's the last one now. Nutrition container. Alright, so the class name to dot brown. Then we give it the color. It's showing brown here. You shouldn't use color. Okay, let's change it to brown. Brown. Alright, so color brown. Brown. Alright, so let's see that. You can see it's brown. Well, let's make it thick. So we use what we call the font weight to make the text thicker. So I said we have 100 to what? We said we have 100 to what? Yes. So 900 is the thickest. So let's use 800, and it doesn't have units, right? So let's use 800. Font width. You don't have to spread it though. Width. Yeah. So you can see it's thick. Then we are done. So let's minimize the screen more to see it. Voila. Can you see me? I see the I've minimized it. Okay. Yeah. Yes. How many hours did it take us? Like 2 hours. Because I'm teaching the end now. If it's lesser, if I'm not explaining, I've done it more than lesser than that. So that's why I say if you move to website now, when we upgrade it, don't take it full time when you keep practicing. Any question? No question. So I believe when you watch the recording and you follow through, you get it. I'm very sure. Huh? No, I'm not stopped sharing. Me? No, I'm not disconnected though. So I don't know why people don't. If you check the Slack, so this is the Slack here. You can see that the previous video on Monday, you can see it has been added here.
Maybe I did that thing today. It was Monday.
Okay, we added on Thursday.
Okay, Thursday.
Probably the network.
On Slack.
When you click on it's on yeah, we'll put it on YouTube, but we'll send the link here to you guys to watch. Can see the other one here too. Can see the other one here. Alright. Without any further ado, I think we are done.